neither of us realized that we were being groomed for one another.
We knew we needed an extraordinary love to withstand past relationship experiences, everyday bad choices, and our past hurts.
It is clear that we were brought together as one for a purpose. And as we share our love story, we pray that from our experiences, you can gain positive takeaways to use in your own life and relationship.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, how are you? Welcome back to another exciting, informative Conversations with the LoveByrds. I'm William Byrd.
Hey, I'm Darlene Byrd with the LoveByrds.
And together we love love. We love people and we love you.
And we love you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining tonight.
Thank you guys for joining tonight.
Come on in here, guys.
Awesome.
Asking you to like and share.
Yes.
And tag some people into the broadcast today. It's going to be really, really good.
Yes.
We're talking about leveling up your relationships. We're going to share some strategies, some LoveByrd strategies for leveling up your relationship.
Yes. Yes.
So like and share and join us.
Like and share. Go to Feel Good Talk.
Uh-huh.
Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, and Soul on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You got Feel Good Talk on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
You can find us all over this thing, man.
Uh-huh.
Yes. We want to say hello to some of our listeners and some of the people joining us. Hey, Amy. Amy's backstage with us tonight. She's behind the glass. Our main man, Chuck Brakely, in the building. The CEO, the CFO, the COO, CB3.
Mm-hmm. Tag some people in.
Tag some people in. Hey, Frenchie. Oh, we got, you know what? Can I share? We got to do some housekeeping, y'all. We got to share. We got to like and share. Share.
Uh-huh.
Share. Okay. So like and share. Come on in here. Settle in. Get your notes. Get your paper and pad and pencil so you can take some notes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Hold on. You want to handle that?
Yeah, I'm washing clothes.
Okay,
guys.
you go ahead.
Let me go ahead.
So hey, we're so excited to be here again today. We had a great time last week where we were talking about love is life, and we do what we do. So we were looking at all of the
interesting
and lots of
amazing facts about love.
Love, psychological facts, historical facts.
Yes.
The science of love.
Yes.
And even what it does to the body and everything. It was just great.
Yep.
And so we love love, and we're just fascinated by it. It's so vast, and there's so much that you can delve into. So we enjoy.
Yep.
We enjoy it. Did I share?
Mrs. has got the key tonight.
I got the key tonight.
She's driving. Yes, you got the key tonight. She's driving tonight.
Okay.
It's a great topic, though, man. It's a great topic. We've been talking about this for a long time. Well, not a long time. Well, we've been talking about it since we've been together.
You want to tell them the topic?
Yes.
Leveling up.
We are leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about leveling up. We've been showing y'all we've been leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about leveling up.
What you mean we've been showing them we've been leveling up?
Well, we're actually putting a story on to our house, our existing structure. So we've actually ripped the roof off of it.
Yep.
And we're actually new additional one-bedroom apartments.
Yeah. We're leveling up.
So we're leveling up, literally.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that's kind of our theme. It's been our charge this year about leveling up, and it's been in our conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we have kept front of mind this year is leveling up.
Yes.
How do we level up? What's next for us? And how do we get there? And how do we do that? And we're constantly having those conversations. So we want to share with you what we do to level up in our relationship. Mm-hmm. So we want to share that with you. So tag somebody who might want to know, hey, what do the LoveByrds do to level up their relationships? Because we're going to share that tonight. Hey, Wanda, good to see you.
If you're in a relationship.
Hey, I'm Deb, Izzy, Amy, Chuck, everybody, come on in here.
You still hollering at people?
I'm still hollering at people. Hey, like and share. Tag somebody in who might want to hear. We're going to share what we do to level up our relationship, because we're not trying to just.
Well, hold tight. Before we do, I can tell you how we level up. We got a 6-0 football team, baby. That's leveling up.
Here it is. Here it is.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be wearing Eagles gear until we lose. So right now,
we what?
Till we lose.
We're not till we what?
To the
Super Bowl?
To the Super Bowl. Oh, then I'll be wearing Eagles gear to the Super Bowl.
Hey, it's no losing in sight right now.
Hey,
no
Lisa.
losing in sight. No losing in sight.
Lisa.
Hey, cuz, so good to see everybody. Thank you for joining us. We sure do appreciate it.
Washing clothes, yeah.
We sure do appreciate it. And so we're going to share what we do. Hey, love is life. We're going to share what we do to level up in our relationship, what we've been doing. And we think it's key. And we believe that
we know it's key.
We know it's key. We think that we think that it could work for everyone.
Yes.
If they do it.
Well,
so
it may not work for everybody. I mean, if somebody told you that this should be a hardcore reason or way for you to go about your relationship, be leery of that, because you know you gotta.
But we could share best practices that have worked for us and give you some strategies to try.
Yeah,
and anything that we can do to help. Hey, we're willing to help, because again,
that's what we want to do.
We love people and we love love.
Yes,
right. And so we're going to continue to improve it. We do have a mission to fulfill.
Yes, we do.
So we're going to talk about how what the LoveByrds do to level up in our relationship, and hopefully it will help you. I would think that you want to have amazing relationships, right? I would think that you want to be an amazing partner for your partner, and that your partner wants to be an amazing partner for you. So if you're not with your partner, go tap your partner, get together, and let's listen to the some of these tips and strategies, right? Sometimes, you get so busy in life that you get busy with the business of life that maybe you're not putting as much focus and effort and attention on your partner or on your relationship. You can. It's easy to get busy and neglect or lose focus. And I like that we try to stay connected even when things are busy. Even if we take a few seconds out, baby, I just got a quick 30 seconds. Just wanted to hear your voice. Make sure you're having a good day. Just still try to connect no matter what. And it's not always possible. And we know that, but try and just, or be mindful of the person. Send that little text that says, hey, I'm thinking about you today, or hope you're having a good day. It kind of goes a long way. I sent you something this week. I was like, hope you have a good day. You said, I am now.
I am.
So just checking in like that. And on your relationship as a whole, checking in is what we're talking about. So we're going to share 3 steps. And we think that they are very important and key.
Before we go there, though, first and foremost, I think the first thing you should do, we talk about this assessment and understanding. I think the first thing you should do really, though, is determine if that's what you really want. You know what I mean? Before, some people begin to do things because of what other people may say, or what it looks like, or trying to keep up with the Joneses and things of that nature. So in this level up thing, you got to make sure, you got to be sure that your partner is on the same page with you. I think that is very important.
Yeah, on the same page in wanting to create.
Yes.
And the word create keeps jumping out for me, because you have to work towards creating something. When you think about leveling up, like, we're leveling up, on our home, but we had to create it first in our heads and then put the steps in place to achieve it. The same with the relationship. Both of you have to want to create an awesome relationship.
Of course, assuming you want to be your best self, you want to be the best person for your partner,
and live your best life. Everybody want to live their best life.
Everybody want to live their best life. Absolutely.
And if you're in a relationship, having a healthy relationship is going to be part of you living your best life, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So and so we want that. we when it comes to working on our relationship, we like to think that we're kind of high achievers in that and high performers in trying to get there and trying to take full advantage of what this life and relationship has to offer. We want to crack the code. We want the cheat codes for this whole game of life.
Exactly.
So we're not just trying to
we
get
need the
by.
cheat code. We definitely need the cheat codes. You know what this brings to mind? Because I hear you say this all the time. And you just said it to us in the last show. If I had you, or if we were together when we were younger, if we had got a jump start on this thing a lot sooner, where would we be now? So it's always in the back of my mind that, I think of, we just went to a 50th wedding anniversary. People selling their 50th. And amazing. I'm working at being that person that we already seen in 50 years. If you understand what I'm saying. Okay. I'm working at trying to.
So you got the end in mind. You're already at the
Yeah. I would like to, I'm trying to catch up, or
with the vision.
With the vision.
Gotcha.
Getting us there. So that makes me more intentional. That makes me more committed. That makes me more, it gives me a zest. It levels me up. Basically, exactly, to achieve, to be that best, my best self.
So what you're saying is you see something, you have a vision of something, and that you're working towards.
Yeah, well, I've seen a vision.
Do you think people have that for their relationships, though?
I mean,
I would hope so. But
listen, if you're not working on something, something is working on you, and usually it's not like something good. Usually, like if you're not working on something or working to progress, or you're working on leveling up, so to speak, some things are working on. They usually have a negative connotation. They're either procrastination, stagnation, things of that nature. So if you're not working on things, something is definitely working on you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So it's good to have that vision. Like you said, we went to the drawings. They celebrated being married 50 years.
50 years.
So it's good to have a vision of somebody who has done it, or what it looks like, or what you want.
Right.
That helps you. That's very motivating.
Yes,
and
it is.
In every arena, just having something out there that you're striving for. And we want that, but not just for us, though. Our hearts really is, we want that for every relationship. We want every relationship to level up. We want everybody to experience success and fruitful relationships. I mean, it's a beautiful, love is life. Like we said last week.
That's why we talk about
That's why we do what we do.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
I mean, we can talk about the bad stuff, and there's no doubt that it's a part of it, but we'd much rather prepare you guys for a successful relationship, or lead you in the direction of a successful relationship or marriage, or life in general. Just life, lead you in the things that will benefit you in life.
So as we share some of these things, there's going to be 3 steps, but what we're talking about here is creating the relationship and the life that you desire.
Yes.
Creating it. Not thinking it's going to happen to you, or, you're going to just fall into it, but creating it. Don't happen by
default.
Yeah. Nope. And when I look back at the evolution of our relationship, it was kind of being created. So it is easy to look back and see it, but when we're thinking about some of those steps and things that we have taken, that's what we want to share with you guys.
Yes.
The point is you have to be intentional.
You're talking too much.
And you have to be proactive. That's where we're having a conversation. All right, Billy Birds. We got to be intentional, and we got to be creative.
Yes, you got to be intentional. You got to be creative.
We got to keep that love and that spark alive. And it just be intentional.
Yes, intentional. Remember, consistency, intentionality will get you to achieve your goal. Those are my biggest words. I love it. That word intentional, and that word consistency. They're good.
Okay, good words.
They work for me.
Yeah. So the relationship and the life.
Consistent over.
You have been very consistent.
I've gotten much better.
You have been very consistent. You have not slacked off on what I would call the dashboard, or the dashboard of our relationship.
We keep that first and
kept
foremost.
A pulse on monitoring that. So I appreciate it.
No doubt. Moving on.
Some people say, should relationships require work? What do you guys think about that?
Yes.
Should relationships require work?
It's not. It's not like you said, like going to happen by default.
Yes or no? Should relationships require work?
Yeah, you know. EAGLES. I see that like 5 times in the comments. Thank you.
Yeah, the answer is yes. Everybody says relationships require work. Relationships require work.
Yes, they could require
work.
A lot of
but
work.
You know what though?
Yes.
I guess my tension, I struggle with it because I really don't see it as work. I guess, all right.
I don't see it as work.
You don't?
No.
That's why
it's so much fun.
It's when you want the same thing.
And you got to be with the person you want, and that person's got to reciprocate and give you that. You know.
Yes, the answer is yes.
It can be easy,
but I don't see it as work. You know what I see it as? I see it as
sometimes work is easy.
Nurturing. So I wouldn't say it requires work. It requires
tending to
nurturing. It requires enriching.
Yeah.
Keep, like we said, the dashboard, keeping a pulse on the dashboard.
Yes.
And creating and continuing to create and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And that stuff to me is lovely to do. That's why
that's fun.
That's why I say it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like that to me. But I guess that is work. I guess that's like we said, the intentional.
That reminds me of something in the last chapter. I think that's 161 in the book.
What's that?
I got him and he got me. And together we got it.
We got it all covered.
Exactly.
We're all covered.
I like that.
Taking care of each other. I guess that's what the work part is.
That tending part.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. So did that clarify that for?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, you ain't gonna build, like you said, you ain't gonna build a house without putting out the coming up with a blueprint. You're not gonna, take a trip without the directions.
Mm-hmm.
So
the 3 steps are going to help you with that blueprint for your relationship. No, you're good. That's perfect. Those 3 steps are going to help you with the blueprint for leveling up your relationship. Leveling up. All right. So
you're learning to do the
are you ready? We're gonna give you 3 steps. Follow along with us.
Here they come.
Right.
Follow along.
So step number 1 is what we're gonna call. What do we call step 1?
We actually really do call it the State of the Union.
The State of the Union.
Because we do that. I mean, we've done that.
The State of the Marriage Union is what we call it. We call it the State of the Union. The State of the Union.
That goes along with the union institution and all that. Yeah. But the State of the Union.
Okay, you do it. Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's my daughter. I love you, girl. I'm sorry, y'all.
That made my day.
That did too. Hey.
So step number 1 in leveling up your relationship is what we call the State of the Union.
Yes.
And in this step, you assess how your life is going, how the relationship is going.
Yes.
You review just the overall quality of your life and your relationship, and then even delve into specific aspects of it. And should it flow naturally? It should. But we were intentional. We did a monthly. We did a monthly State of the Union, or assessment, and that's
the very beginning.
And
the 4 questions. Y'all remember the 4 questions? Can anybody remember the 4 questions?
I should have. We could have.
We should have gave it to Chuck and so he could put it up. But
it's in the book. It's in the book. And we did this once a month. We asked 4 questions
in the very beginning,
for our State of the Union.
Anybody remember
and it was
any
about
of the 4 questions?
Okay, they might remember the 4 questions. The 4 questions in the book. I don't know if I can quickly get to it. But we
I know you probably got it locked in on the page.
I probably
I'm gonna give it to him. I mean, the very first assessment we did was in State of the Union was our 4-question assessment, which was, what do you need me to start doing and stop doing? What do you need me to start doing? What do you need me to stop doing? And what do you need more of? And what do you need less of from me?
So that
I can get it in at being your partner.
Right. The specific partner that you need.
That's the specific. Yeah. That was basically.
Yep. Those 4 questions are in the book. The LoveByrds story.
LoveByrds story.
How the class clown and the class president developed an extraordinary love.
This exact
on Amazon. our love story.
Extraordinary love.
So yes, no, and we trying to be extraordinary, and we want everybody else's relationship to be extraordinary too. Let's all level up these relationships.
We want a great and extraordinary relationship.
Yes. So level it up. So the state of the union is when you assess the specific aspects of your life. Now, you might think of some of those aspects about like, how's our relationship? How's our communication? That's an aspect. How are our finances?
Yes. We did the report card.
Yeah.
Second year in, we did the report card where we graded ourselves on, I think we did 5 major aspects. I think we did finances, love, sex.
How are we doing in those things? On a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale, we had to give ourselves a grade.
How are we on those things? Because different things will become important at different times in your relationship. Sometimes, relationships go through seasons. This is a season where there's some family stuff going on, and that's most important. This is a season where, that we're getting our finances together. This is a season of building. This is a season where we pull away and it's just you and I. We have to be selfish with that. So sometimes it's a season. Everybody living in the past with those dusty behind rings that you can find in a pawn shop.
And guess what?
Our ring is still
and it ain't
shiny.
Only just one Super Bowl ring, because we have three other championship
we gotta
rings.
We gotta look it up.
Before there was such a thing as a Super Bowl, we was winning championships 60, 61, and 49.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's stop assessing the football teams and let's get back to our
I'm trying to find a page, baby. She's trying to get me on my history.
You gotta look at the questions.
Yes.
I thought I had it marked.
I know you did. I know I moved your marker because I got new stuff that was coming.
So there's the
State of the Union.
The State of the Union is one. And we started with the 4-question assessment. We evolved to more of a report card. So of a dashboard where we had to keep an eye on things, specific things. And the report card, the line items is going to be specific for your relationship and where you are in your relationship and what's going on, what season of your relationship. So it may include other things like, one of the things that we've been focused on this year is preparing for retirement. How, and that's one of the things that has been on our report card this year and the things that we wanted to do so that we can retire and still live the life that we want to live. We still want that quality of life. So that's one of the reasons we're leveling up with the 2 apartments that we're building. So the duplex there will have some income coming in. But your leveling up is the report card that you're doing on your relationship. Again, if you're not, things that are important to you, you will count, you will track. And you'll keep a pulse on it. And sometimes we forget to do that when it comes to our relationship, right? So, and again, different things are important at different times. What do we need to be keeping a pulse on right now? What's important today? What's important this year? And we kind of do it on an annual basis. We kind of give each year a theme and something that we're focusing on. It might just be having overflow, or it might be significance. It may be a year of significance, where we're getting beyond ourselves and we're giving and we're serving. So together, we kind of have those types of things that we're keeping a pulse on. So if you don't do that in your relationship, I highly recommend you do step number 1 is to have a conversation about the state of the union.
Yes.
Where are we?
Where are we?
Right?
That's a good one. That's a good one. State of the union.
Yeah.
And plus, what the State of the Union gives you a platform from which to launch.
Yeah.
That gives you a place to.
Because you might be okay.
Yeah.
You might be okay.
True.
And so if you're okay, now you're going to the higher level because then you're starting to look at lifestyle. Okay, so we're good here. We're excelling here. What's next for us?
Yes, what's next?
Is there something we want to change in our lifestyle?
Yes.
There's something we want to add in our lifestyle. Or legacy. How do we leave a legacy that will outlast us? So once you're okay, you're looking at the next level, kind of like if you've heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Once your basic level needs are met, you start moving up to the next level, and then you want more things because you don't have to worry about food. I know we're going to eat.
Yes.
Then you start, it's the next level, significance. How can I make a difference or impact the world, and you look outside of yourself once you're okay. And I know that I can pay what I'm responsible for and pay for my bills. So just you're constantly creating and growing. Stop it, Billy.
Transitioning to the husband.
Is that where the questions are?
Yes.
They're in the chapter of the transitioning. I like that. It still sounds good to me. Anyway.
I thought it might.
Hey,
Aisha. Hey,
you.
Miss Hartwell.
Love you.
We love you.
Keep doing what you do, girl.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Purpose. I love it.
I love
Keep walking in your purpose.
Remember when you spoke that one into existence?
Give our love to your hubby too.
Yes.
And the babies. Yes. They're not babies anymore. But
I know, right?
Anyway, so our step one, we're talking about what the LoveByrds do to level up our relationship. So step one was you have to have that State of the Union discussion. You have to assess, where are we? How are we doing? How are we handling things? Report card, or the 4 questions that we've asked every single month at the start of our relationship. What do you need me to do more of? What do you need me to do less of?
That level us up every time we answer those questions, honestly.
What do you need me to stop doing or start doing? And we had to really dig deep, pull back the covers and come up with something. No, you know what? I could use a little bit more of this. Or it would make me feel better if you would do this. Or if you change this, or your tone.
That was really cool.
Whatever.
It took us to another level every time.
We leveled up every time. We were consistently working on it. So you have to do that State of the Union. Where are we? Let me talk about what to do if you're not okay. Sometimes you're struggling.
Yes. One, talk to each other. I can tell you that.
Talk to each other. And sometimes it gets a little bit more personal though, because you need to do an assessment of your personal characteristics, both of you. So what is my mindset? What am I thinking, and where is that coming from?
Right.
What skills, what habits do I have? How do I respond to situations? I might need to take a look at how I need to change that.
Yes.
Am I resilient? Do I hold a grudge too long? So it might be things that you need to look at as an individual in terms of your characteristics. And you may need to come up with strategies on an individual or personal level, as well as for your relationships.
Right.
So when it's struggling, hey, Frenchie, you're right on time, baby girl. So when you're struggling, you may have to look at both your personal and your relationship levels as you're trying to create the life and create the relationship that you want, right? So your relationship mindset. What is your mindset about relationships? What is your mindset about oneness? Right. What is your mindset about building together and creating together? Have you given up? Some people quit, but they still there, but you quit. On the job and in relationships as well. So what is your mindset? Where are you? So that is what I would say for those who are struggling. Look at your mindset, your communication, look at your alignment. Are you guys aligned right? Some of the dynamics that's happening in this relationship, some of the patterns, we may have to look at those. Okay, every time this happens, it throws us into this, a rut. Or every time you don't get your way, then this happens or that. So some of those patterns or dynamics you may have to access if you're not where you want to be. Okay.
That's good. Yeah, very good.
But step one is what? State of the Union.
State of the Union.
Where are we in life? Where are we today? Where are we this year? We do it every year. And at the end of the year, we assess at the end of the year.
Absolutely.
It's almost time for us to assess and say, did we win this year? Or did we lose this year?
That's a good.
We do it every year. I'm like, I feel like we won the year. I feel like we won in categories 1, 2, and 3. Category 4, whatever. Category 5, off the chart. Exceed our expectation. But have these conversations. What is the State of the Union?
And that kind of propels us into the next year. Do we know we have an idea of where we need to focus on and that, for our next State of the Union?
Yeah.
What areas we need
to focus on. It just depends.
If it's our finances, if it's
one year we just went berserk, then we was
what is these
we were all over the place. And the next year was like, okay, this is a re-up year. We need a re-up. We need a re-up.
Fall back. Yeah. Which we never really done. We haven't done a real fall back.
Hey, Renee, your cousin Renee.
Hey, Renee. Hey, thank you for joining us. Yes.
No, we never really did a fallback.
We don't
here,
do a fallback.
but we did a let's be smart about it.
Yeah, let's be smart about it.
Let's
Yeah,
cash in what
that.
we have.
Yeah.
Let's use our points. Let's
Do
whatever.
this, that,
But the State of the Union is so important. Guys.
But that was like a level up. That gave us an opportunity to build up some more momentum.
Yep.
To get our feet back up under us so that we can really jump into our next big project.
All right. Yep. That's step number 1 is State of the Union.
State of the Union.
So if you're trying to level up, it's so important. I know we spent time on that, but I want you to really get that because that's step 1, understanding the state of the union, the state of your relationship union.
Yes.
And step number 2.
Step 2. Here we go.
Step number 2, take a little bit of time and you may want to skip over it, but it is really important. Step number 2. Step number 2
is a big one. I like this one.
Is to look at how far you've already come.
Yes.
Before you, after you look at where you are and give a sane assessment of that, step 2 is to look at how far you've already come.
Because you lose sight.
And there's a lot of pieces to it. Yeah. It's a lot of pieces to looking at how far. You're looking at the journey. Okay. Let's use the word journey because that broadens what I'm trying to explain. Right. Is look at how far you've come. What is the journey we've been on? How much have we already accomplished?
Yes.
How far have we already come personally and as in our relationship? How far have we come? Well, we don't trip over that anymore. Right. Well, I trust you more now. Yes. Well, you handle this well. Hey, we learned that I'm not good at that. You need to take on that part.
Exactly.
You've learned to pick up when I need a touch or a hug or, so how far have we come individually? So how far have we come in our relationship on the journey, right? Good. Individually. So step 2 is to talk about that before you level up. How far have we come?
Realizing all the stuff you had to go through to get where you
are.
All the hurdles you had to overcome. All of the difficulties, all of the
it. Yes. All the challenges. What challenges that we go through and successfully or even not.
Yes.
We learn from those, right?
Build up from the come up. I like that, Amy.
Come on.
That's a bird seed. That'll preach, Amy.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
What are the difficulties that we've been through? Yeah. What did we survive? Like, what can we put on a t-shirt, man? We survived.
Yes.
Boom, 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 and boom. Yeah. And we've had to survive some big things. And from those, we've overcome. Yes. Right? So
what it brings to
part
mind,
of the journey? What, baby?
When we got to that part in that step, what look at me. Remember I came up with your job description?
Way to go, Frenchie.
Yes. Remember I came up with your job description?
Uh-huh.
Because that was an attempt for me to you to acknowledge some of the accomplishments I have made and how we were able to commend each other or compliment each other on some of the things we were able to overcome or compromise on.
And on the underhanded way, it was a way for you telling me to just sit back.
Yeah.
Just slow your roll.
I gave listen how I listen to y'all. Remember I told y'all I had to learn how to calm Darlene down. So what I did was I gave her a job. Yeah. And Darlene had a job description. And in this job description,
it was real short. You could write it on a sticky.
Her job description ended up being all I needed her to do was to look pretty, smile at me once in a while, pat me on my knee, and tell me I was doing a good job. And every time she did that, I would give her a raise. So now she's owner of the company.
Yeah. LoveByrds.
Yes.
LoveByrd Inc.
Yes, that's how you keep it.
But yeah.
I gave her a job. Yeah. I gave her a job. And so, and in doing so, not only was she was acknowledging that, I was being, like she says, that consistent, that committed, that reliable person that she needed.
But I could pull back.
She could pull exactly.
I could pull back.
She knew she felt
through that journey. He ended a way of
understanding
what I need to do more of, less of. I need you to smile at me more and tell me I'm doing a good job and tap me on my knee.
Yes.
So that was some of the things that he needed
and compromise
more of from me. Right, exactly. right. And just fall back and just let it happen. You know, just let it happen. If a ball drops,
it works so well.
You know,
like I said, she's now owner of the company.
That was literally, y'all, my job description, Darlene. And if I started going crazy, he would say, "What's your job description?" You're doing a good job, baby.
Happy on the knee.
You're doing a good job. Yeah. Just look pretty. Smile. Just smile
pretty,
at me. Something about me smiling at him just was priceless. Right? So yeah. So look at what you've learned from the journey, year over year. Like really, like what did we learn? What did we overcome? How do we improve as a couple?
Yes. That's good stuff.
It's a journey and we're better for it. Yep. Even the bad stuff. Like look at it as something that we've done together.
Yep.
Grab all the yummy stuff that you can find that your relationship has gone through. Yes. So that's what we're trying to say in step 2. Look at how far you've already come. Yep. So assess the state of the union. This is how you level up your relationship. Assess the state of the union. Look at how far you've already come and don't rush past. I mean, really dissect it. Take the time to dissect that part.
And if you're having difficulty finding progress, you know, in your achievements, just focus on all the tries you made.
Right.
Focus on all the attempts you made at,
very good,
you know, making it work, making it successful, making it, you know, that should give you, you know, nothing beats it. I say this all the time. I just said it to my boy Chuck. Nothing beats an attempt but a try.
Right.
So pat yourself on the back for just being in the game and giving it the old college try.
The effort.
The effort.
The A for effort.
Effort gets an A across the board.
That's right.
All the time.
That's right.
So give it, if you're giving it an effort, give yourself an A.
So if you feel like, well, we ain't really come very far, you know, look at things like the effort. Good point, baby. Like the effort, the progress.
Yes.
The things that we try to do.
Yes.
Whether we were successful or not.
Whether successful or not.
Yeah, bring those things into account.
A lot of times you're going to fail before you get success. So, you know, look at those as a
you've done plenty, believe me.
Silver line cloud with a silver lining.
Yeah. Yes. So part of that, looking at how far you've already come, is giving each other credit. Give your partner some credit for that effort. Yes. And for the things that you've already done. Okay, so
you'll motivate them to do it again or do more, to try better or try harder. Trust me.
They're all a part of becoming.
Yes.
It's all a part of becoming. I like the word becoming. It's all a part of becoming. The journey. What have we gone through? Yeah. And it's brought us to where we are now. So all right.
Hey, guess what? It may be time. Chuck, give it to us, baby.
Don't go anywhere. Come back.
Right.
We are
back, everybody.
Thank you. Talking about
commercial. You know, this is my time to shine. Yo, my fault. We want to thank you guys for joining us.
On your knee and tell you you're doing a good job.
This time it's going to take a kiss.
Oh. All right.
Remember, like and subscribe to Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business on YouTube. Across the board, check us out at the YouTube, LinkedIn. We're everywhere. YouTube, Feel Good Talk is everywhere. You'll find us everywhere just for Real Good Talk. We want to thank our CEO and CFO, COO Charles Brake, who's behind the glass with our good friend Amy Cowherd, who's back in behind the glass, co-producing our show with us tonight. Thank you so very much for joining us tonight, Amy. I want to make sure you get yourselves a copy of the LoveByrds story at love-birds.com. LoveByrds.com.
Thank you, Frenchie. So we're on 2. There's one more step.
We got more step. We still here, guys. Hold on. Don't go nowhere.
Yes.
We got a bird seed. We got it all. Trust me.
So step number 1 on how to how the Lovebirds level up was to
State of the Union.
Do the State of the Union. Do that assessment. Where are we right now today?
I like doing this.
Yeah. What in the world?
Remember when I told you?
Do that report card. Just where are we right now? And do a sane assessment. Be honest.
Sane assessment. Be honest.
Be honest about where we're strong and where we're not. What's missing?
Step number 2.
Step number 2
is how far have you come?
How far have we already come?
How far have you come? Look at that.
Yeah, the journey. Go dig into the journey. What did we overcome? What did we do well? How are we better because how have we grown? What do we no longer fuss about?
Yes.
What new areas have we delved into? How have we strengthened our relationship, our trust, all those things? How have we built those up? So the journey.
Absolutely.
And then step number 3.
Drum roll, please.
Step number 3. What's next?
Level up.
Step number 3 is what's next.
What's next?
Thank you for sharing. Step number 3 is on to the next.
On to the next.
On to the next.
And this step, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
So in the final step, this is how we level up. We need to figure out what are we supposed to focus on at this stage of the game, at this point in our relationship, at this point in time. To move us to the next level going forward. We talk, guys, you got to be intentional about it. Here we dust off our relationship blueprint or mission statement. If you don't have a mission statement, you need to get a mission statement for your marriage. What is this marriage all about? What is this relationship all about?
Yes.
And it will ground you.
Yes.
It would always keep you, it'll be your North Star. So for us, we know that we're not just trying to go along or get along and tolerate and put up with. So we can say, we had so many years in. And if the years were full of pain and drama and all that kind of stuff, we're trying to thrive. We want to get an A at this thing.
All the way.
We're going to do it. Let's why not? And we want you guys to get it too. We want you guys to have an A in your relationship. So step number 3 in how to level up your relationship is what's next. We have this conversation about what's next. How do we get to the next level?
I love that part of our relationship, that looking forward to what are we going to do next? What are those lovebirds up to this time? Where, you guys got, and I know you're following this. There's not so much that we kind of bragging or anything. And I've said this before. It's just, what are we going to do next? What are we going to keep this alive and vibrant and exciting and
we work on
meaningful? We work on that so that it keeps us vibrant. It keeps us consistent, keeps us young, keeps us motivated, keeps us moving. And if you know me, y'all know I can't sit still worth nothing.
Right.
So for me, that's game changing for me to be, especially to be with somebody who wants to work with me at the same thing. At
creating together,
creating that best
and
life.
building together the best life. And we have a mission.
Yes.
We believe that we're called to.
We got a D right now.
Oh no, Frenchie.
Frenchie, you should be putting
Frenchie, go back to number 2 and look at what you've overcome. Frenchie, I've seen some good things. I've seen some started traveling together and enjoying some things and some hobbies together and some good stuff. So go in step 2.
Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, some of the things that we've already overcome, but also being realistic about your assessment. Yeah, so thanks for being vulnerable and sharing that. Okay. I
want to encourage you. Okay.
No, baby.
No, I'm just gonna, I was just gonna go over a couple more points that, you wanna. One of the things I mentioned earlier in this conversation, you want to master the art of compromise. Sometimes we get so caught up in the way we want to think, the way we want to feel, the way we want to be heard, and our opinions want to mean the most. And more importantly, I think is that you have to come to some level of compromise or a give and take kind of, so to speak.
Exactly.
We're talking about that, where I told Darlene how I managed to get her to calm down or get her to kind of fall back and try to not so much to impose my sin, but just to get her to even indulge in the conversation or even give that line of thought some consideration. So the art of mastering compromise is really important in long-term relationships, because as we grow, we change. Yeah. And I'll say, if you're not changing, you're definitely changing. So so understanding that your partner is going to change. The partner you married or the partner that you're with now is not going to be the same partner that you were in 5 years, period. Yeah. You got to understand, and we have to understand.
Hopefully you're growing together.
Yeah, and you got to be growing together.
Yeah, and that happens from doing those assessments. Exactly. And being honest about where you are, what you need, what you don't need. Yep. Using those I statements. Yep. I feel, I need. Yep. And communicating that. Yeah. And we need to go back to our win-win conversations and stuff.
The win-win conversation.
How to have those that way, right? So, but step 3 for leveling up is, now we're talking about what is next for us as in our relationship. What's next for us as individuals? So we dust off those relationship blueprints. We revisit the mission of the marriage. What is that we're trying to do? I know for and there are components of it, or things that are important, like fun is important for us. Dating is important for us. Quality, spending time together, that's important for us. Traveling, having new experiences together. Yes. So some of those things are important to us as a part of the vision that we have for our life, right? So, and also, let me say this though. Your mission and vision, though, for your marriage doesn't have to be written in stone. Sometimes it changes a little bit. Sometimes it can be revised, updated. It changes sometimes, right?
That's good.
But it should be your North Star. It should guide you.
What's next, Francie? You're dating now. What's next?
What's next? Yeah. What's next? So that's good. They're dating. So that's good. So that's part of your step 2, that you're dating and you're spending quality time together. So the part of that step 2, is looking at how far we've overcome. What have we gone through? Years, bad years, good and bad years, and pulling all the good out of that. What did we learn, even in the bad times? So that was part of that step 2. All right. State of the Union was step 1, looking at how far you've already come in step 2. And this final step is looking at what's next. So you should always be striving toward something. Hey, sis, I love you, Jewel. Yay. You should always be striving toward something. Yes. Otherwise, you're creating something, all right. You're creating something by default.
Exactly.
So we're talking about creating the life you want, creating the relationship you want. Create that relationship. Having a blueprint. We had to have a blueprint for what we wanted to create for our level up, right? Yes. You can have a blueprint for the type of relationship you want. What is the blueprint? Okay. A relationship where we're supporting each other. We're not arguing. We're not getting stuck in the small things and arguing over, we're valuing the other person's opinion. We're serving like we do. There's a chapter where we are servants. We try to outserve each other, anticipate the needs of each other, and kind of beat them there. That's right. And being selfless. So we're creating that in our relationship. So if you're not, we have created that. So if you're not striving towards something, you're creating something by default.
If you're not working on something, something's working on you. Yeah. And usually, if it's working on you, it's not good for you.
And if you don't have a vision for your relationship, now's the time to dream one up. So if you take nothing else from the LoveByrds, you need to have a vision for your relationship. Where, in the end of the day, where is it going? What are you trying to create?
And take that personal assessment. Like, where would you like to be? How would you like to be? What would you really like? Take that personal assessment also. Don't forget that part, baby. Yeah, that part is important.
Personal, and
knowing exactly what you want and where you want to be is important. That will give, at least that gives you an idea of what direction you may need to take
Yeah. Make it a stretch, make it fun, and make it meaningful.
That's
when
good.
You think about that
make
vision.
It a stretch.
Make it a stretch.
Yes.
Make it a stretch. We want to have a relationship where we don't ever argue. We go a whole year with no arguments. Where, we're every month we're doing having a nice date. Like, what is it? Dream it up. We're going on a date once a month.
Yeah.
Where, we're learning each other's language and we're more. Just whatever it is, this is the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Make it fun and make it meaningful.
Shelly joined us tonight.
And cover all areas. Hey, Shelly, and cover all areas for your relationship. When you're coming up with this vision for your relationship, cover areas. What would your best life look like? What would your best marriage? What would your best relationship look like? What would your best relationship feel like?
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'll be looking at.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
That's what we do.
That's exactly what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We not playing.
What do you want to create with this relationship? What do you want to create with your marriage? What's your partner's role in all that?
Mm-hmm.
What's your role in all of that?
Good.
What's your contribution? What's your partner's contribution? Here's one. What impact do we want our relationship to make?
That's a good one.
What impact do we want our relationship to make? And part of this year, part of our leveling up this year is we wanted to get outside of ourselves and we wanted to be significant.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we did the thing, went back to our city and spent some time in our city, giving back in every way that we could, for 3 months, for a whole quarter.
That's
so,
good.
And that was part of our level up for this year of getting beyond ourselves and giving back. So what impact?
Relationship workout. I like that.
Yes. And
good.
So how do you co-create? How do you create together? Co-create. I like that word.
I'm gonna have to put something around
co-create.
that. I'm gonna have to put something around that one.
Not procreate.
Co-create. I got to put something more on that one. Hey, listen. We're gonna end with that one right there. I'm gonna drop a bird seed on you guys. The bird seed today is from what is that? The 15th chapter of the 31st verse of the book of LoveByrds. And the bird seed is when you're intentional about what you're creating, you will create what you desire. No, let me rephrase that. When you are intentional about what you are co-creating,
in your relationship,
you will co-create what you desire. That's our bird seed for tonight.
Hey guys, it's been fantastic. Thank you for joining us this week. We look forward to doing it again next week, same time, same place on Feel Good Talk.
That's right.
On Facebook. Hey now, we love you. We're the LoveByrds. We love people and we love love. And we love you.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.